verse. So we have discussed that the most important quality of a devotee is that when he chants Krishna's name with feelings of possessiveness towards Krishna. Means when he's chanting, he's only thinking Krishna is mine. Krishna is mine. Nothing else in this world is stealing my attention, stealing my heart. Only Krishna is mine. So when you come to that stage, then this is called bhav. And as bhav is condensing, that possessiveness will condense, that love will intensify, then you come to the stage of prema. When one develops an unflinching sense of ownership or possessiveness in relation to Lord Vishnu, or in other words, when one thinks Vishnu and no one else to be the only object of love, such an awakening is called bhakti by exalted persons like Bhishma, Prahlada, Uddhav, and Narad. So again, this verse is quoted from Narada Pancharatra. So Narada Muni explaining, not Narada Muni, actually this is Vyasdev himself. This, he's saying that ownership means you have some property that belongs to you. This is called ownership, right? So how can you say that Bhagavan, he is my property? Is it not offensive to say that Bhagavan is my property? But in the language of bhakti, that is the highest attitude, the highest conception that we can have. And why is that? Because bhakti is the feelings of intimacy with God. Just like husband may say, wife is my property. The same way also wife can say, husband is my property. Why? Because there is a very deep sense of intimacy. So that we can have with Krishna. And when comes that feeling of ownership towards Krishna, then this is real bhakti. If you think that, okay, Krishna is my Lord, I am his servant, he actually has ownership over me, that bhakti is very weak, very beginning stage. You are having fear towards God. You are thinking that if you do not follow some rules, if you do not worship properly, you may get punishment. So the sense of fear that is moving us towards our devotion, this is not the real devotion. So the real devotion means when I have no fear and I feel that Krishna is very intimate to me. And I am his, but he is also mine. This is what we are trying to develop. This is what we are trying to cultivate in our hearts. The sense of ownership towards Krishna. And he's saying in the verse, great personalities like Bhishma Dev, Prahlada Maharaj, Uddhav, and Narad, they are confirming this. They are not denying this fact. There was a pastime that Krishna, he was in Dwaraka, and he was manifesting sickness pastimes. He was having fever and headache. So he called Narada Muni, and then he asked Narad, there is only one thing that can stop my sickness. This is the fit dust of my devotees. If I place it on my head, then my fever will subside. So Narada Muni, he thought, but who is going to give their feet dust on your head? This is very difficult. Who is going to accept it? And Krishna said, Narada, you must do it for me. You must find someone who will do it. Okay, Narada said, okay, let's try. So he started first with the queens of Dwaraka, Rukmini, Satyabhama and others. He said, Krishna is very sick. There is only one thing that can cure him, is the place your feet dust on his head. What they replied, how can we give our feet dust to put on Krishna's head? We will go to hell. We will never do it. This would be a great offense. Krishna is our husband, Krishna is the king, Krishna is God also. Three very strong reasons so that we should not give our feet dust to his head. So then Narada Muni left. Then he was asking to each and every Dwarkavasi, everyone denied. Then he came to Mathura and everyone denied. Then finally he reached Vrindavan and there he met the gopis. And then he asked the gopis, oh, can you give your feet dust to cure Krishna's sickness? And they said, oh, of course, immediately. How much do you need? They took some, rocks and they started scratching their feet. And they collected a huge pile of dust. Narada Muni said, are you not afraid of being punished and going to hell by placing your feet dust on Krishna's head? Do you know who Krishna is? And the gopis say, we know very well, but we are ready to go to hell hundreds of times if that is for Krishna's benefit. If he is saying like so, then why we should not do it? Then they completely what? Satisfied Krishna. Why? Because they have this feeling of intimacy. They are not considering all these barriers of awe and reverence towards God. There is no fear. There is no fear at all. So therefore, gopis, they are the highest devotees. Gopis are example for us. We are actually following the footsteps of the gopis. What to speak of us? Everyone wants to follow the footsteps of gopis. Even the queens of Dwaraka, after Krishna left this world, Uddhav, he brought all the queens to Vrindavan. And for 7 days he spoke Bhagavat to them. He described glories of Vrindavan, glories of gopis, and all of them had desire to also one day become gopi. What to speak of queens of Dwaraka? Even the 5 Pandavas, they want to become gopis also. They are in Radhakund doing bhajan as trees. Have you gone, anyone has gone to Radhakund, Shyamakund? Radhakund is completely square shape. The lake boundary is completely square shape. But Shyamakunda is very crooked like this. It's not straight lines. Why is that? Because when they were constructing, Raghunath Das Goswami gave order to make both same shape, same size. But when they were clearing the path, cutting the trees to make Shyamakunda, the 5 Pandavas came in a dream of Raghunath Das Goswami and told, please don't cut such and such trees because we are there doing bhajan. So they say, okay. So he deviated and then he made the, like the borders crooked. Of course, Krishna is crooked, so his leg also should be that. So somehow this is some divine arrangement. But everyone wants to become a gopi. Everyone realizes that gopi bhav is the ultimate expression of devotion. What we speak of Pandavas, even Lord Shiva himself, he wants to become a gopi. You know the pastime of Lord Shiva that wanted to become a gopi, Gopishwar Mahadev? Here at the entrance of our temple now, there is this new room for Gopishwar Mahadev. This is not any other type of Shiva. This is specific Shiva. This is called Gopishwar. Gopi ka Ishwar. Not that he is the Ishwar of gopis, but gopis are Ishwar of Shiva. Understand? So one day, Lord Shiva, he came to Vrindavan and he was desiring to witness Krishna's Ras-lila. And then he asked to Jogmaya, Purnamasi Devi, how can I enter this Rasasthali? How can I enter the arena of Rasa-lila? I want to dance with Krishna as well. I want to serve Krishna like this also. Then she said, like this, in this male body, you cannot enter there. So I will give you one body of a gopi. Very young, beautiful gopi. Then you can enter and dance with Krishna. So she dipped him in the Brahmakunda, and then when he came out, he was with a very beautiful young teenage gopi. Then he was sneaking inside of the Rasamandal. But immediately when he entered, gopis and Krishna, they felt there is some strangers around. Something has happened because our Anand has been blocked. There is no more feelings. So some strange person is around. So let us search and find out who is that. So they begin to look behind the bushes, behind the trees, everywhere. So finally they caught that young girl. And then they ask, who are you? And he has no answer. What is your name? From which village you coming? What is your father, mother-in-law, and in-law's name? He does not know. He cannot give answer. Then the gopis catch him and give some slap on his face, and he start to cry, hey Purnamasi, save me, save me, save me. Then immediately Purnamasi arrived, and Purnamasi told, oh no, please, this is Lord Shiva. Don't beat him. He wanted to participate and serve Krishna as gopi in Rasa-lila. Then Krishna is saying, no, that is not possible. That I cannot allow, because although you have a gopi body, but your bhav is still Purush bhav. You are still Shiva from inside. So that will not do. Only changing your outer dress, your outer body, that will not change. Your bhav is Purush bhav. And in Rasa-lila, I am the only Purusha. Cannot have two Purushas in this Rasa-lila. I am only Purush, and everyone here are my Shaktis. But, okay, I will give you one seva. You be at the gate, at the entrance of this Rasa-lila, of this Rasa Mandala, and you protect this place from any strangers that may want to come. So that is why Lord Shiva then he became the protector, like the gatekeeper of Vrindavan. So if you go to Vrindavan, very close to Vangshivat, where Krishna was performing the Rasa-lila, there is the temple of Gopishwar Mahadev. So in this way, everyone wants to become gopi. But of course, everyone cannot become a gopi. I mean, not everyone can become gopi. Some can, some cannot. Those who already have their specific position, already they are established, they cannot change that. But how they can somehow have access to this drop of this gopi bhav? That is when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes into the picture. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the incarnation of Krishna in this Kali Yuga, he came to distribute this gopi prem through the holy names. So by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you'll be able to experience this Gopi Prem. So when Mahaprabhu inaugurated his Sankirtan movement, he was followed by all the associates from all different leelas, all different abodes with him there. Like for instance, Srivas Pandit, he's Narada Muni, Murari Gupta, he's Hanuman, and like this Advaita Acharya, he is Shiva. All the associates, all parikaras from all leelas, they came together in Gaur Leela for only one purpose, to taste a drop of this Gopi Prem. And Gopi Prem means ultimately what? It means Radha Prem. Even Krishna wants to taste that. Even Krishna wants to relish in the same way that Radharani is relishing Krishna himself. Then he comes. What to speak of others? Everyone is greedy to taste what is this love. What is this bliss that Radharani feels? Because no one can relish more than her. Why? Because no one has more love than her. Because she's the complete embodiment. She's Purna Shakti. She's the complete embodiment of Krishna Shakti, the complete embodiment of Krishna's Haladini Shakti, Ananda Shakti. Means she's the very embodiment of Prema. She's the very, if Prema has form, that form is Radha. So no one can match her. No one can match her. So, in this way, Krishna wants to relish that. Everyone also wants to relish that. Next verse. If by good fortune a living entity develops faith in Krishna, he begins to associate with devotees. Now he's coming back to the beginning. He was at the end, at the very end, now he's in the beginning. Okay, if you want to worship Krishna, what do you have to do? You have to come in the association of the devotees. You cannot be alone. If you think you will develop bhakti alone, you will be defeated by Maya. You'll be very weak. So the solution is to come together and to get stronger in the association of the Vaishnavas. So when one is encouraged in devotional service by the association of devotees, one becomes free from all unwanted contamination by following the regulative principles and chanting and hearing. So by the association of Vaishnavas, we get purified. We get purified and we get inspiration to chant more, to follow more bhakti, all the processes of bhakti. Because alone, our anarthas, our material desires, they speak louder. They will speak louder. But if you come together in association of strong devotees, senior devotees, those who are established already in bhakti, then it's very easy for you to move forward. That is why this temple is so important. Because here we can come together. We could come together in any other place. It may be. Like we have the house of many devotees, but private place, not everyone can go, not any time we can go. So that is why temple is so important. At any time of the day, anyone can enter and connect with Krishna and connect with the devotees and support and nourish each other. So this is the greatness of having such a beautiful temple like this. And actually this is like an oasis, in the middle of this material world. This temple is like an oasis. So when one is freed from all unwanted contamination, he advances with firm faith. When firm faith in devotional service awakens, a taste for hearing and chanting also awakens. So the more you associate with devotees, the more your faith will get stronger. Why? Because you see the result of practicing bhakti in someone else's life. You see how they are advancing, you see how they are changing for good, and then you, by practical example, you see, okay, if I do the same, I will achieve that same result. If I follow the same practice, I will also become like this. That is why we associate with Gurudev. We associate with high-class Vaishnavas because we want to be like them. We want to be pure like them. We want to have their bhakti also, the same level of bhakti. We also want to develop. And the only way is to become close to them, is to stay in their association. Then automatically we will be able to come to that point. After taste is awakened, taste for bhakti is awakened, a deep attachment arises. So he's describing the stages of bhakti, from Shraddha to Sadhu Sangha, then to Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivriti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Ashakti. Now he's coming to Ashakti. Means after taste awakened, means after Ruchi, a deep attachment arises, Ashakti. From that attachment, the seed of love for Krishna grows in the heart. You see, the process of bhakti is very scientific. Scientific means it is a universal language that anyone can understand, anyone can check, anyone can prove it, anyone can demonstrate it through a method. So that's called, this is science. So Bhakti Yoga is a science, because anywhere in the world, at any time of history, anyone can verify this, because this is a pattern that repeats, that can be applied anywhere in the world to any person. That is why we have the certainty that this process works, because this is not a subjective thing. It is a very universal, objective process. Just like if you take a medicine, you get the specific result of that medicine and nothing else. Even if you don't know about the meaning of that medicine or all the components inside, even if you don't know anything about your disease, you take, it works. Same way, bhakti is like that also. We might not know everything about Krishna, we also might not know everything about our own selves, but if we follow this process, everything is going to be accomplished. So therefore there is no point of cheating anyone or even being cheated by anyone or even cheating yourself. There is a very scientific process, and if you follow that step by step, the result is guaranteed. I'm going to achieve perfection. I'm going to get bhakti. When that ecstatic emotional stage intensifies, it is called love of Godhead. Such love is life's ultimate goal and the reservoir of all pleasure. So this is the last stage. This is called prema. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada is saying, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur summarizes this growth of love of Godhead as a gradual process. A person becomes interested in devotional service by some good fortune. Okay, what is that good fortune? How do we develop taste for bhakti? If we have no interest, even if we don't know anything about Krishna, anything, how do we get interested? How do we get inclined to start this process? How that works? Actually, that works accidentally. It must be accidentally. It must be unwillingly, because if you have no idea what is that, then why should you be interested about it? So the fact is, when he says a very fortunate person, that fortunate person will receive a type of grace, a type of mercy, after accumulating so much sukriti, pious activities for so many lifetimes, you become eligible for sadhu sangha. Means by accident, sometimes people are performing bhakti, right? Sometimes people are coming to temple. They have no desire to go, but friends say, okay, let's come to temple. Then he goes, he sees the deities, he listens, he takes prasadam, he's making sukriti. He's not willing to do, but somehow things are happening. Or you are on the streets, and then someone, the devotees, they pass by chanting very loud, you are hearing Harinam, then you are making sukriti. Or someone you bring prasadam to you and give you prasadam, you're making sukriti. Or by chance also, you might do some seva to some Vaishnava. Anything that may happen, that will give you what we call bhakti ummukhi sukriti. Means the accidental sukriti. You did not plan for that. So after accumulating so much of that sukriti, what happened? You become eligible to receive like a prize, like a bonus. And that bonus is sadhu sangha. So Krishna is going to arrange for you very special sadhu, so that you can associate with him. So Krishna will give you this chance. So this is what is being called as great fortune. Means you did not want to receive this, but by chance you became eligible for that. So Krishna is going to arrange sadhu sangha for you. So eventually he becomes interested in a pure devotional service without material contamination. At that point, a person wants to associate with devotees. As a result of this association, he becomes more and more interested in discharging devotional service and hearing and chanting. The more one is interested in hearing and chanting, the more he is purified of material contamination. Liberation from material contamination is called anartha nivritti, indicating a diminishing of all unwanted things. This is the test of development in devotional service. If one actually develops the devotional attitude, he must be freed from the material contamination of illicit sex, intoxication, gambling, and meat eating. So these are the 4 principles that we have to follow. So now if you want to progress in your spiritual life, there are 4 principles. What are they? No meat eating, no illicit sex, means sex out of marriage, wedlock, no gambling, and no intoxication of any type. It means even coffee, black tea, cigarettes, drugs, alcohol, whatever. So why do we need to follow all these rules? Is it Bhagavan not liking me the way I am doing? He likes everyone. But the thing is, for yourself to be able to progress, you have to come to sattva guna. There are 3 gunas in this material world. Everything in this material world is based on 3 gunas: tamas, rajas, and sattva. Tamas, ignorance, darkness, lethargy, pollution, laziness, all these are the characteristics of tamaguna. Then rajaguna, passion, movement, distraction, unsteadiness. Then sattva guna, goodness, balance.